So hello students, let's start with our first chapter, and the various contents under this chapter are firstly the topic is steam generators, condensers and turbines, and the various contents which we are going to study here it is the classification of steam generators, then selection, then operation of locomotive, Babcock, Wilcox, Cochrane boilers, then types of condensers, then effect of air in condensers, then Dalton's law of partial pressure, cooling water calculations, steam nozzles, types of steam turbine efficiencies, compounding, governing, and control. Okay, so let's start with the boilers. So this pic shows you the simple locomotive boiler which is used previously, but now times it's not in the working condition because today the railway electrification is totally electrified, so these type of boilers are not in practice now. So this is the simple example of locomotive boiler. So what is a boiler? So boiler is an apparatus to produce steam. The thermal energy released by the combustion of fuel is used to make steam at the desired temperature and pressure. So main concern parameters are temperature and pressure of the steam production. Okay, the steam produced is used for the producing mechanical work by expanding it in the steam engine or steam turbine. Okay, the steam produced in the boilers is used or that steam is fed to the turbines for producing the mechanical work or for rotating the blades of turbine. Then another function of steam is heating the residential and industrial buildings. Okay, then performing certain processes in the sugar mills, chemical and textile industries. Okay, so boilers are there in these type of industries also. Then different properties for the boiler. First of all, safety. The boiler should be safe under operating conditions. Then accessibility. The various parts of the boiler should be accessible for repair and maintenance. Then capacity. It should be capable of supplying the steam according to the requirements. Then efficiency. It should be able to absorb a maximum amount of heat produced due to the burning of fuel in the furnace. That means the heat produced by burning the fuel should not be wasted. It should be used maximum. It should be simple in construction. Its initial cost and maintenance cost should be low. The boiler should have no joints exposed to the flames. Okay, or there must be minimum number of joints because there may be the chances of leakage of heat from that joints. Okay, so the boiler should have no joints exposed to flame. It should be capable of quick starting and loading. Now the classification of boilers. So the boilers are classified as per the flow of water or heat in the tubes. So it is of two types. One is the water tube boiler and other is the fire tube boiler. So this is a simple diagram of fire tube boiler. Okay, see here the different parts. So this is the furnace area where the coal is fired, and from this furnace area the heat is moved through these tubes. Okay, as the name, it is a fire tube boiler. So that means in the tubes there is the fire and the water is around that tubes. Okay, so in the furnace when the fuel is burnt, the fire or the heat, it flows through these tubes and the water starts heated up with the heat of these tubes. Okay, and the water is whole there in this cylinder. It starts boiling, it then converts it into the steam, and then steam is taken out and feed to the required work or feed to the turbine or for heating in the residential area or any other application. Okay, and that heat is then flow out to the atmosphere through the chimney. Okay, so this is the basic principle of any fire tube boilers. And this is the main boiler which we have to study, that is the Cochrane boiler. Okay, so these are the different parts and how it looked like. So actually it is a multi-tube vertical boiler. Okay, it is not a horizontal boiler, it is a vertical boiler. It is a multi-tube boiler. And see here the different parts from the starting from this lower portion. Here is the ash pit, there is the grate. What is the function of the grate? Grate is to handle the fuel, that may be a coal or any other type of fuel. Okay, the coal is placed here on the grate, and when the coal starts burning, the ash is collected in the ash pit, and the air is blown from here downwards, so that it helps in the fire process. And here it is the firebox. Okay, like here, this one is the firebox, that is the furnace. Okay, so this is the firebox, complete firebox is there. And from this firebox, through this area, the heat starts flowing through these tubes. And the water is there in this cylinder outside the fire tubes. Okay, it starts boiling. Okay, and it starts boiling and converted into the steam. And then from these tubes, the fire, the smoke is collected here in the smoke box, and then it is fed to the atmosphere through the chimney. And here it is, the doors are there for the cleaning purpose. Okay, so this one is the boiler shell, this one is the fire door from where the fuel is inserted. Okay, here this one is the blow off cock to remove the mud and water out during blow off. Okay. Then here it is the fire brick lining in the whole cylinder. पूरे सिलेंडर में there is the fire brick lining, ठीक है, so as कि little heat is wasted to the atmosphere. ठीक है, जैसे हम नॉर्मल बेसिक तंदूर भी देखते हैं ना, तो उसपे भी देयर इज द लाइनिंग ऑफ मड, मिट्टी की कोटिंग की होती है, ताकि जो हीट प्रोड्यूस हो रही है अंदर वो बाहर को वेस्ट ना हो. The heat should be in that particular cylinder. Okay, so there is a fire brick lining in the whole cylinder area of the boiler. So this is the combustion chamber, and here it is a fusible plug. We are going to study these parts one by one in detail in the next slides. This is a fusible plug. Then this one is the water level indicator, that what is the water level in the cylinder in the boiler. Then water in, through this the water is input to this cylinder. Then feed check valve. Then this is the manhole. Pressure gauge is there to check the pressure inside this dome. Okay, then steam stop valve is there. Then steam out. Here the from this steam is taken and fed to the turbine. Okay. Then dead weight safety valve is there. Then anti-priming pipe is there. Okay, so these are the different parts for any Cochrane boiler. So it is a multi-tubular vertical fire tube boiler. Okay, so it comes, Cochrane boiler comes under the category of fire tube boiler because in its tubes there is a fire. Okay, and water is outside these tubes. Okay, so that's why it comes under the category of fire tube boiler. It is a multi-tubular vertical fire tube boiler having a number of horizontal fire tubes. Okay, as seen in this figure, there are not only 4 tubes are there. There are lots of tubes. Like it may ranges from 60 to 100 tubes may be there. Okay, so having a number of horizontal fire tubes, it is the modification of simple vertical boiler where the heating surface has been increased by means of the number of fire tubes. The efficiency of this boiler is much better than the simple vertical boiler. So this is actually how the Cochrane boiler looks like practically. Okay, see here the arrangement of tubes. So there are lots of tubes arranged in this manner, like in the various rows are arranged. like here it is seen here 10 to 15 like, and here is also again 10 to 15 like. So it may be 100 or more than 100 tubes are there in the Cochrane boiler through which the heat flows, and the water is all around these tubes. Okay, so this is the chimney, here it is the manhole, this is the stop valve. Okay, so this is the combustion chamber, this is the grate on which the fuel is spread. Okay, here it is the fire door, here is the ash collector through which we collect the ash. Ash means राख, जो कोयले को burn करके राख बचती है नीचे, that is the ash collector or ash pit. It is also called that. Okay, so these are the different parts and the practically how the Cochrane boiler looks like. So this is another figure for the Cochrane boiler. Now let's study the different parts in detail. So first of all, shell. The main body of the boiler is known as shell. ठीक है? What is the shell? This is the main body. ये जो पूरी main body है इसकी boiler की. So this one, the complete body is cylindrical है, ऊपर से थोड़ा सा round है, इधर से straight है. So this is called as the shell. The main body of the boiler is known as the shell. It is hemispherical on the top where space is provided for steam. Okay. This hemispherical top gives a higher volume to area ratio, which increases the steam capacity. Okay. Next, grate. Grate बिल्कुल lower में था. Here it is the grate. ठीक है, where the coal is spread. In the grate section, the solid fuel is stored. Okay, solid fuel may be coal. Okay, solid fuel is stored. It is designed so well that air can easily flow through it, and also the ashes fall from the grate quite easily. In this section, the fire is placed. Okay, see here there are the different rods are there, and through which the from the downwards the air is blown over this, so that the fire will take place easily, and the ash is collected downwards in the ash pit. Then combustion chamber. It is lined with fire bricks on the side of the shell to prevent the overheating of the boiler. Hot gases enter the fire tubes from the flue pipe through the combustion chamber. Combustion chamber ke through the hot gases enter through these tubes. Okay, so this one is the combustion chamber. The combustion chamber is connected to the furnace. जो main furnace area है, it is connected with that. Then fire tubes. There are various fire tubes whose one end is connected to the furnace and other to the chimney. See here. These are the fire tubes. Their one end is connected with the furnace and other end to the chimney, through which for the exhaust of these hot gases to the atmosphere. Several horizontal fire tubes are provided to increase the heating surface. Okay, several tubes are provided so that the maximum amount of water in the shell is heated up and converted it into the steam. Then fire hole. A small hole is provided at the bottom of the combustion chamber to place fuel is known as fire hole. यहाँ पे होता है कहीं पे, ठीक है? See here. Here it is a fire door, fire hole to place the fuel inside the boiler. Then fire box, that is the furnace. It works as a mediator of the fire tubes and combustion chamber. Okay. It is also dome shaped like the shell, so that the gases can be deflected back till they are passed out through the flue pipe to the combustion chamber. Then chimney. It is provided for the exit of flue gases to the atmosphere from the smoke box. See here, here it is the chimney to exhaust the flue gases. Okay? What are flue gases actually? Flue gases are the hot gases that are left after the heating of water. ठीक है, जो कि फायर ट्यूब से लेफ्ट आउट गैसेस होती है, we called that gases as the flue gases, FLUE. ठीक है, we call that gases as the flue gases. Then manhole, it is provided for the inspection and repair of the interior of the boiler shell. Okay, manhole is provided. See here. Here it is the manhole. Okay, it is provided for the any repair work or for the inspection of the boiler. Okay, manhole is there. Then flue pipe. It is a short passage connecting the firebox with the combustion chamber. Then fire brick lining. It is a special type of brick lining used in Cochrane boiler to reduce the convection of the heat from the outer surface of the boiler. ठीक है, ताकि heat loss कम हो. Fire brick is generally made of fire clay. Then feed check valve. It is used to control the flow of water inside the boiler. Okay, to control the flow of water inside the boiler. It also helps to restrict the backflow of water, ताकि boiler shell से पानी वापस ना निकले, तो उसके लिए भी there is a feed check valve is there. Then blow off valve is, it is used to blow off the settle down impurities, mud and sediments present in the boiler. ठीक है, जो शेल में सिलेंड्रिकल जो शेल है हमारा, उसके नीचे कुछ इम्प्योरिटीज बैठ जाती हैं कई बार, तो उनको बाहर निकालने के लिए तो देयर इज ब्लो ऑफ वेल्व. जस्ट चेक हियर इट इज द ब्लो ऑफ कॉक. ठीक है, और यू कैन से ऑल्सो से द ब्लो ऑफ वेल्व, एंड हियर इट इज द फीड चेक वेल्व. Feed check valve is to check the level of water, and here it is to remove the impurities that are settled down in the boiler shell. Then ash pit is there. It is a chamber inside the boiler where ashes are stored. Okay, the ash after burning of coal collected in the ash pit. Then smoke box door. It is used to clean the smoke box deposit material. Then anti-priming pipe. Sometimes the water droplets come out with steam. Okay, because water is there in the shell, and when it is converted into the steam, sometimes that water is not completely converted into the saturated steam, or you say the dry steam. Some water droplets may be there in that steam. So to prevent the droplets from carried out by the steam, the anti-priming pipe is used. See here the anti-priming pipe. Here it is the anti-priming pipe. Okay, that is to collect that water droplets that is coming out through with this steam, because for the turbine work na, we need saturated steam, that is, or dry steam that should not contain any type of water content or moisture content. That steam must be very much dry steam. Okay, and so to remove that water from this steam, there is the anti-priming pipe. Crown, it is a hemispherical dome-shaped section of the boiler where the burning of fuel happens. Okay, जो ऊपर का portion है boiler का, तो that is called as the crown, hemispherical dome-shaped section. Pressure gauge, it measures the pressure of steam inside the boiler. That what is the pressure of steam inside the boiler? Because for the turbine work, we need the steam at some particular high pressure. ठीक है, तो that pressure must be created inside the boiler. Only then the steam is taken out from that boiler. Okay, so there is the pressure gauge to check the pressure of the steam. Then safety valve is there. It blows off the extra steam when the steam pressure inside the boiler reaches above the safety level. If the steam pressure increases to very much high level, okay, then safety valve is there. So it is taken out, and some of the pressure of the steam is released through this valve. Then water level indicator is there. The position of water level in the Cochrane boiler is indicated by the water level indicator. What is the level of the water? Then water level gauge. It glass tube fitted outside of the boiler to check the water level inside the boiler. It is again related with to check the water level. Then fusible plug is there. ठीक है. It is one type of safety measure. If the inside temperature of the boiler cross the limit, then for the safety purpose, this fusible plug melts. Okay, and the water comes into the boiler furnace and extinguish the fire. ठीक है. क्या होता है कि कई बार if the temperature in the boiler increases to very high level or crosses the limit, ठीक है, जो fusible plug होता है, it starts melt, and from this place the water starts coming inside the boiler to control that fire. कि उसके अंदर का जो टेम्परेचर है उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए water is coming inside the boiler furnace. Okay, see here the fusible plug. Here it is, the fusible plug in this portion. Okay, to check the temperature of the inside the boiler. Then stop valve is there. Stop valve is used to transfer the steam to the desired location where it is required. Otherwise, it stops the steam in the boiler. ठीक है. Stop valve is there to stop the steam inside the boiler, and only when the steam is required by the turbine, this valve is removed to release the steam from the boiler at any particular pressure and temperature. Okay, so these are the different parts associated with the Cochrane boiler. Okay, so let's study the simple working. Firstly, the coal is placed on the grate through the fire hole. Then the atmospheric air is entering the chamber through the atmosphere from the lower portion from the grate. ठीक है, वहां से एयर फ्लो की जाती है so that the fire process starts working properly. The fuel is sparked through the fire hole. Gases flow into the hemispherical dome-shaped partition chamber. So gases start flowing in the main shell. These flue gases go further into the fire pipes. जो fire tubes हैं, the gases starts flowing through them. The heat is the interaction of water in the gases to fire tubes, and the water starts heating up, that is around that tubes. The steam is collected in the upper part of the shell, and when the necessary pressure is produced, it is pumped out for the turbine work. The flue gases move through a firebox where it releases into the atmosphere through chimney. Okay, the waste flue gases hai, that are then released to the atmosphere through chimney. So this is the basic processing of the Cochrane boiler. It is a well-designed vertical multi-tubular fire tube boiler. It is the improvement over the simple vertical boiler as it provides the greater heating surface. Total heating surface area is about 10 to 25 times the grate area. ठीक है, तो grate area अगर 1 ratio में है तो it gives you 25 times the heating surface area. It is very compact and require minimum floor area. Floor area is minimum, but its height is very much. ठीक है, height ज़्यादा है, but floor area is less. Any type of fuel can be used with this boiler, but generally it is used in the thermal power plants with the coal. Well suited for small capacity requirements. It gives about 70% thermal efficiency with coal firing and about 75% with oil firing. Okay, so the efficiency comes in the range of 70 to 75%, and 25 to 30% heat loss is there in this Cochrane boiler. And its size range from 1 meter dia by 2 meter high, evaporation at the rate of 20 kg per hour, to 3 meter dia to 6 meter high, evaporation at the rate of 3000 kg per hour. Okay, so these are some of the points for the Cochrane boiler. So next one is the water tube boilers. So this is the simple figure for the water tube boilers, and see here what is the difference between that fire tube and water tube is that in case of the fire tube boilers, fire is there in the tubes, but here in case of the water tube boilers, the water is there in the tubes. Okay, so water starts flowing in the, this is the water inlet. It starts flowing in the tubes, and from this furnace, the coal is fired or any other type of fuel is fired. It reaches to this furnace area, combustion chamber is there, and there is heat all around these water tubes. Okay, which through this heat, this water converts it into the steam. Okay, when it goes up, as we know that steam is lighter and it starts flowing in the upward position. Okay, this water is converted into steam and this steam is taken out for the any other application. Okay, so this is the basic process for the water tube boilers. Okay, and there is the, in the complete shell there is a fire. Complete shell there is the fire, and these hot gases are released to the atmosphere through the chimney. Okay, so this is the basic functioning for the water tube boilers. And this is the Babcock-Wilcox boiler, and the various parts here are, the first one is a drum. This is the main drum. Okay, and then downtake header. Then water tubes are there. These are the water tubes. Here they are the slanting water tubes. Okay, this is the downtake header, DTH, downtake header, and here UTH is the uptake header. Okay, then baffle plates are there. These are the baffle plates. Actually, these are the obstructions. Okay, then door is there. Here is, these are the doors for the inspection and maintenance purpose. Then grate is there. Here it is the grate for the place, for placing the fuel. Okay, here it's FD is the fire door. Okay, it's the same function as there it is in the Cochrane boiler. Then mud collector is there. Okay, here it is the mud collector, like blow of cock is there. Okay, to collect the impurities or mud, to remove that from the boiler. And here it is the water level indicator. This one is the water level indicator. Then pressure gauge. Here it is the pressure gauge. Then superheater tubes. These are the superheater tubes. Okay. And this L and U are the lower and upper junction box. See here, lower junction box and upper junction box that are connected with the superheater tubes. Okay. Then safety valve is there. Here it is the safety valve. If the temperature is increased above the limit inside this drum, this is a drum area, then to control that temperature, here it is a safety valve, it is opened and the temperature is lower down. Then main stop valve is there. This is the main stop valve to stop the steam inside this drum, and it is opened only when the steam is required by the turbine. It's the same function as we have studied in the Cochrane boiler, the same functioning. And then APP, that is the anti-priming pipe is there, just to remove the water droplets from the steam. Anti-priming pipe is there. Then feed valve is there. Here it is the feed valve to feed the water in the drum. Okay, so this is the Babcock-Wilcox boiler. And what is the functioning of this working process for this type of boiler is, just first of all, the fuel is placed upon this grate and it is collected lower in this, somewhat here in the ash pit. Here it is the fire door. Then it starts burning in this furnace area, and the hot gases start flowing through this direction. See here the direction of arrows. Hot gases start flowing in this direction. These baffle plates are there. Baffle plates are actually the obstructions created for the flow of heat. If there are no baffle plates, the heat spread throughout this cylindrical portion. Okay, so baffle plates are there so that the heat flows in particular direction. So heat starts flowing here, then comes down, then comes down. These are actually the obstructions placed in this cylindrical shell. Okay, then it's taken, and here from somewhat here it is thrown out to the atmosphere through the chimney. Okay, and there is the drum, and from the drum through this tube, this one. ठीक है, the water is taken firstly to this downtake header. The water is taken to the downtake header, and then when the hot gases flow through over these tubes, this water starts heating up and becomes lighter. Okay, and it starts moving upward, and here somewhat here it's converted totally somewhat into the steam, and then again it enters into the drum and it starts circulating like this. Water starts circulating from drum to the downtake header, through these tubes, then to the uptake header, and then to the drum again, until the complete water is converted into the steam. Okay, and through this steam is also passed through these superheated tubes. There are superheated tubes also that are connected through this lower and upper junction boxes. So these superheated tubes, this steam is converted into the superheated steam, and so then it is taken out through this main stop valve to the turbine. So this is the main functioning. And the water level indicator is to check the level of water inside this drum. Then pressure gauge is there to check the pressure inside the drum. Feed water is there to feed the water inside the drum when required. Okay. So this is the main functioning process for the Babcock-Wilcox boiler. Now, some of the merits of water tube boiler over the fire tube boiler. First one is the generation of steam is much quicker due to the small ratio of water content to the steam content. Okay. This also helps in reaching the steam temperature in short time. इसमें जो steam generate होती है ना, वो बहुत जल्दी होती है, because here the content of water is less as compared to the fire tube boilers. As in case of the Cochrane boiler, the whole shell is filled with the water, and it takes lots of time to convert that water into the steam. Okay, so in case of water tube boiler, the steam generation of steam is much quicker rate as compared to the fire tube boilers. Second point is its evaporative capacity is considerably larger, and the steam pressure range is also high. Okay, here the pressure created inside the drum is high of 200 bar. Third is heating surfaces are more effective as the hot gases travel at right angles to the direction of water flow. Okay. See here the water flows in this direction and the heat flows over these tubes. So the heating surface are more effective. The combustion efficiency is higher because the complete combustion of fuel is possible as the combustion space is much larger. Okay, here the combustion efficiency is high as compared to the water tube boiler. Then thermal stresses in the boiler parts are less. So what are thermal stresses? Thermal stresses are actually the changes in the temperature. So in case of the water tube boiler, the temperature almost remain constant at high level. Okay? So thermal stresses are less, the changes in temperature are less, whereas they are more in case of the Cochrane boiler or in the fire tube boiler. At uniform temperature, due to the quick circulation of water, the boiler can be easily transported and erected as its different parts can be separated. So this is the main how the boilers, such big boilers, okay, how they are installed at particular location. It's not that कि boilers पूरा बना के वहाँ पे loading की जाती है. It's not like that. They are transported, the different parts are firstly transported and then they are assembled there at particular location. इसके different parts अलग अलग लेके आए जाते हैं उस particular location पे जहाँ पे boiler को install करना होता है, and then they are assembled by the expert engineers, ठीक है, at that particular location. The boiler can be easily transported. Damage due to the bursting of water tube is less serious. Therefore, the water tube boilers are sometimes called safety boilers. ठीक है, अगर tubes damage हो जाती हैं तो जो इससे डैमेज क्रिएट होता है वाटर ट्यूब बॉयलर से वो कम है एज कंपेयर टू द फायर ट्यूब बॉयलर्स. All parts of the water tube boilers are easily accessible for cleaning, inspecting and repairing. तो easy है इस केस में cleaning, repairing. Water tube boiler furnace area can be easily altered to meet the fuel requirements. Alteration की जा सकती है as per our fuel requirements. And the demerits are, it is less suitable for impure and sedimentary water. Water pure होना चाहिए, उसमें डस्ट पार्टिकल्स नहीं होने चाहिए. ठीक है, इट मस्ट बी प्योर वाटर. स्मॉल डिपॉजिट ऑफ स्केल में कॉज ओवर हीटिंग एंड बस्टिंग ऑफ ट्यूब. ठीक है, यूज ऑफ प्योर फीड वाटर इज एसेंशियल. दे रिक्वायर केयरफुल अटेंशन. द मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट आर हायर. Failure in feed water supply, even for a short period, is liable to make the boiler overheated. There must be requirement of continuous supply of water. ठीक है, अगर नहीं होती है, फेलियर हो जाता है फीड वाटर में, तो it may result in the overheating of the boiler. Okay, so these are some of the merits and demerits which we have studied in today's lecture for the fire tube and water tube boilers.